Hello. So this is our second class on bearing. So as you all know that bearing is that particular thing that we calculate from north side to any kind of portion. That was bearing 120 and bearing 130. So these are the things we have actually calculated with bearing. So we have done our first class basically learning the basics of bearings, how you can actually solve that. So this is our second class. Mm, Okay, so this is our second class on bearings, how we can solve these particular problems. Okay, second class. Okay, so here is a picture, you can see that. So we need to calculate this particular things, find the bearing of A from P. That is, whenever they ask A from P, that means P to A. So you have to go, this is meant, yeah, this is your P point, you have to go to A point. So how you go, once if it is not a degree portion, then you can go this way, but when it comes to degree you have to calculate it the direction like a degree. So it will always be calculated from the north side. This is north, and that is the thing. So as they say, the bearing from P to A. So what you need to do is you have to calculate the thing. So where is your A? You have find out your A, and to find out the value of this particular angle, if I highlight it with the red dot, so you can see this particular area should be found from this for whole point. So as it is 35 degree, and so you need to reduce it. So the bearing of P to A is 90 minus 35, which eventually give you consider that 5, then 8 minus 3, that's 55 degree. So the your bearing is 055 degree, so that is P to M. So that is our first question, we have solved it. The second question asks that B from P. So if they ask B from P, that means this is point P and this is point B, you have to go to point P to A. Okay, this is how. So you need to calculate it from the north side, so that's why you are dealing with it. Now B from P or P to B, so you have to find the B in the figure. So there is B. So we know that this particular whole angle is 180 degree, or if I mark it with a green lighter, so if I remove all the thing, okay, so this whole angle is 180 degree, and there is a small angle which is 150, that is 15 degrees. So the P to A, it should be 180 minus 15, which will eventually give you 165. So 165 is your bearing for this particular portion. So 165, you can write it. Let's remove these things and then we can actually solve the other problems. Okay, so here comes our other third number, that is C from B. Now change the marker. That is C from P. C from P means P to C. So here is your this is P. So you have to go all the way down to find the C. So you know this particular angle. Okay, if I highlight, this is 190, this is 180, and this is 270. So you have to add 47. So that is, if I say P to C, so you need to write 270 plus 47, which will eventually give you 711 370. So that particular angle is 315. Hope you understand that. Now the alternatives. Now we have solved the P to C, you have to find the alternative, that is C to P or A to B, or alternatives and that A to P. So the first question they ask you that P from A. So P from A means A to P. So you have to find A. So I have find the A. Now you have to mark it with if I draw it here. So this is our A, so you have to draw, okay, it's a wrong one. So you have to draw a north side on this point A. Now you have to draw this particular angle also, that is 90 degree. Okay, so you have this is 35. Okay, this is 55. So this particular angle are same because they are sharing the, what you can say, that alternate angles, and this particular angle is 180. So what you need, you need to add 180 plus 55 to find the bearing A to P. So what you got is a 5 3 235. So 235 would be your bearing for A to P. So that is 235. The same way we will calculate the bearing of B and we'll calculate the bearing of C. So if we erase these kind of things, so here we can draw that. Now so you have to draw a line here. Now we are finding P from B. So P from B is eventually means B to P. So you have to go B at point B, and then you have to draw a north side direction like this one, that's this way. Or I can actually draw it again like okay, if I draw it again like you have to draw a north side. Then what you need to do, you have to come all the way down to here. So you need to determine this particular angle. So you know this is angle is alternate angle, that means this is 15. So what you need to do, 180. So you have to reduce 360 minus 50, because this portion is not available on our routing. So you can say P to B as like 360 minus 15. What this will give you 5's like 50 is like 45. So this particular thing is that 345. Hope you understand it. Now they ask you phi from C or C to P. You could say C to B. So what is C to B? You have to draw this again line. Now this is your root. So this is your root, and you need to find this one because this is alternate to this angle. So if you erase 90 minus